Hey everyone, welcome back to Corporate Decoder, the place where we decode the world of business by diving into the documents that shape it. And today we have a report that promises to give us a peek behind the curtain of a company in the home care business, making sure we understand not just what they're saying, but what it really means for their future. Before we dive in, if you want to stay ahead of the curve with clear, no-nonsense corporate analysis, hit that subscribe button, and for even more discussions and direct access to our community, join our Discord server. The link is in the description below. Today, we're looking at an 8K filing from Enhabit Incorporated, a company in the home healthcare space. Now, an 8K is usually for big, unexpected events, but this one is about a conference appearance. That means we have a chance to hear directly from the top brass about their strategy and what is coming down the pike. The company is participating in the BofA Securities 2025 Home Care Conference, and their President and Chief Executive Officer, Barbara Jacobsmeyer, along with their Chief Financial Officer, Ryan Solomon, will be there. They plan to talk about the company's strategic direction and recent business updates. What is particularly interesting here is their mention of anticipated pricing impacts for 2026. This is a crucial piece of information for investors. It suggests they are looking ahead and anticipating changes that could affect how much they earn for their services in the healthcare industry. Pricing and reimbursement rates can significantly influence a company's profitability, so any insights into future pricing trends are gold. They will also be discussing their overall strategic focus and recent business developments. This is where we get an update on how the company is doing and where it is headed. Attached to this filing is an investor presentation. This is what they will be using at the conference, so it is essentially the company laying out its progress and plans in a digestible format. While the filing itself doesn't contain the nitty-gritty financial tables that we often see in 10Q or 10K reports. This presentation is where we'll find the key numbers and messages they want to share. Think of it as the executive summary of their current state and future outlook. We need to pay close attention to what they highlight in this presentation. It will likely cover their performance metrics, key growth drivers, and how they are navigating the competitive landscape. Enhabit Incorporated has common stock listed on the New York Stock Exchange under the ticker symbol EHAB. This means the company is publicly traded and its performance is under the watchful eye of investors. The fact that they are participating in a major conference like this one, organized by BofA Securities, shows their commitment to transparency and investor relations. They are actively communicating with the market about their business. Now, looking at the broader implications of this filing, it's important to remember that this is a forward-looking statement, especially concerning the pricing impacts for 2026. While the presentation will offer details, we need to assess it with a critical eye. Are the anticipated pricing impacts positive or negative? How will these changes affect their revenue and, more importantly, their profit margins? The healthcare sector is often subject to regulatory changes and shifts in reimbursement policies, so understanding how Enhabit plans to adapt and if their strategy is robust enough to handle these potential fluctuations is key. The company's leadership will be discussing their strategic focus. This is where we can gauge their vision. Are they focused on expanding services, improving operational efficiency, or perhaps exploring new markets? The healthcare industry, particularly home care, is evolving rapidly, with increasing demand due to an aging population and a preference for in-home care. Enhabit's strategy needs to align with these trends to ensure sustained growth. What is not in this filing is detailed financial data like profit and loss statements or balance sheets. However, the accompanying investor presentation, which we have access to as an exhibit, is designed to distill these financial aspects into what the company believes are the most important takeaways for investors. We'll be looking for any commentary on revenue growth, profitability trends, and any signs of challenges or opportunities. For instance, if they mention a slowdown in a particular service line or an increase in operational costs, that is something we need to note. Let's consider the context. The home care industry is quite competitive. Enhabit will be up against other providers, and they'll also be influenced by government policies, especially Medicare and Medicaid reimbursements, which are often a significant source of revenue for such companies. Any changes in these policies can have a direct material impact on their financial health. So, when they talk about pricing impacts, it is very likely tied to these external factors. The fact that they are highlighting pricing impacts for 2026 suggests they are proactive. A company that anticipates challenges and plans accordingly is generally in a stronger position than one that is caught off guard. However, the success of their strategy will depend on the accuracy of their predictions and their ability to execute their plans effectively. We need to look for evidence in their presentation that supports their claims of a solid strategy. In conclusion, this 8K filing, while not a deep financial dive, serves as a crucial signal of Enhabit Incorporated's current thinking and future direction. The discussion of pricing impacts for 2026 is a significant point to monitor. It suggests a period of potential change and adaptation for the company. Their ability to navigate these pricing shifts and effectively implement their strategic focus will be the true test of their long-term health and success. We'll be keeping a close eye on their future communications and financial reports to see how these plans unfold. Now, looking at Enhabit's position, their focus on home care aligns with a growing demographic trend and a preference for personalized care. This is a strength, however. Like many healthcare providers, they are susceptible to regulatory changes and reimbursement pressures, which can be a weakness if not managed proactively. The mention of anticipated pricing impacts for 2026 is a notable risk, but also an opportunity if they can leverage it to their advantage. The key takeaway is to watch how they manage these upcoming pricing dynamics and whether their strategic initiatives translate into tangible financial improvements. Alright, that is our decoder for Enhabit Incorporated's latest update. What is your take on these insights and what they signal for the company's future? Do you think their focus on future pricing is a smart move? Drop your thoughts in the comments below. If this analysis was valuable, hitting that like button really helps us out. And of course, subscribe for more deep dives into the world of corporate filings. And for those who want to continue the conversation, don't forget to check out the Discord link in the description. Thanks for watching. See you next time.